Hey everybody, my name's Will. I've been on YouTube for a while, but I've never really posted videos, and the majority of what I use YouTube for is, among other things, kind of staying in touch with the whole language learning community, which is very rich on YouTube. You know, guys like Lao Shu, Luca, Steve Kaufman, stuff like that. I really admire those guys. And while I am nothing like, while I'm nothing like any of those guys, I mean, I aspire to be. But while nothing like them, I would, I still want to kind of post videos of my own. And I've had this idea for a while that I've almost started a few times, but never really um, gotten up to doing it. But kind of like a monthly, at first at least, a monthly kind of update on my language learning studies. More motivation for me to continue studying languages throughout the year than to impress anybody, because my abilities pale in comparison to the hundreds of masterful language learners on YouTube. But I right now I'm primarily studying Spanish and Chinese. I kind of struggle with what a lot of language learners, at least beginner language learners, struggle with, kind of trying to take on too many languages at the same time. So, like for example, recently I tried to get into Hindi and Italian and French. My friend just texted me actually a couple hours ago saying, "Hey, do you want to come take Punjabi lessons with me?" And I was like, "Sounds tempting, but I really don't want to spread my faculties out too much. I don't want to get distracted with a lot of languages that I'm going to study for a week or two and then give up, because maybe for someone like Lao Shu, or for example, who already knows many languages very well, like it makes sense. He can take on kind of a lot of things. But for me, like, I'm not at that point where I can just like pretend that I can devote a lot of time to a lot of different languages and actually come out, successful and with something to show for it. So for me, obviously I'm a native speaker. I got that one down pretty well. I also, past that, I speak Spanish fairly well. I've been studying it, not necessarily seriously all the time, but I've been studying for about 5 years, starting in like high school. Um, didn't really focus on it much the first 3 years, but over the last couple of years at college, it's my major now, and I've put a little more effort into it. Not a ton, but I mean, I definitely have some Spanish skill to show for that. Also, over the last year, I began taking Mandarin Chinese classes at college as well, and that's been slow going. I think our courses are take it at a very slow pace, and I haven't really concentrated on that as much as I would like to. But that's why I'm trying to start this video series to motivate myself. In order to receive criticism, constructive criticism, as well as comments. Praise is nice too. I don't think I'll be getting a lot of praise when there's all the masterful language learners out there who probably deserve it a lot more than me. But so yeah, I'll give you guys like a little demo of the Spanish maybe, and then maybe just a little bit of Chinese, just because that's the idea of this video, I think, is I want to month to month demonstrate what I've learned, more like what else I've learned, and like show, like I want to catalog it and maybe be able to look back in a while and see my progression, like see like, oh hey, like 2 months ago I sounded not as good as I do now, like, to put it simply. But yeah, so that's the idea. And if you want to be really negative about it, that's fine too. I'll take it in stride. So so first, some Spanish. Hola a todos, me llamo Will Pesetti, Guillermo, si prefieres esto. Yo empecé a estudiar el español hace 5 o 6 años, en 2007. Y bueno, es mi especialización a la universidad. Um, yo estudié por un mes a la Universidad de Salamanca, en la ciudad de Salamanca, en España, el verano pasado. Y para mí, está este viaje fue muy importante para mí en mi viaje de aprendizaje del español, porque me dio más confianza en comunicar con este idioma. No creo que aprendí tanto durante este viaje porque solo dura un mes, 4 semanas en clase, pero me da mucha confianza. Entonces, cuando regresé a los Estados Unidos, a mi universidad, yo quería hablar más y quería participar más en clase. Pues en- de esta manera mejoré mi español mucho, sin aumentar mi, mi habilidad relacionada con el vocabulario, con la gramática. Solo con la confianza me he mejorado mi español tanto. Em, en el futuro yo quiero, bueno, pues la primavera que viene, creo que voy a estudiar por un semestre entero, también otra vez en España, quizás en Alicante o la ciudad de Alcalá de Henares, cerca de Madrid, o quizás en Barcelona, pero probablemente no. Am, y espero que cuando yo termina este programa, em, yo tendré la habilidad de hablar, no como nativo obviamente, pero como con mucho fluidez. Um, yes, that's Spanish. So I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good, but it's definitely not. It's not great. I don't, practice it enough. And I'll give you guys some Chinese. It's pretty basic, and my pronunciation is probably horrible. 你好，我叫派威廉，我是大学生，我在澳门大学是大学生，我20岁，我美国人，let's see, a ver, um, yeah, I may just stop there. A lot of my knowledge of Chinese kind of stems from dialogues from our books, so there's a lot of things I could read a dialogue off here and probably sound um, good enough, but and I, probably also if someone was sitting here asking me basic questions, I could answer them like about just whatever you would find in a first semester kind of Chinese course. But in terms of just like, I guess organic, just off the top of my head conversation, I don't really have much. But in the coming months, hopefully that'll be improved and I'll be able to see some growth. But my Chinese is a little more extensive, not much, but a little more extensive than what I just showed. But yeah, thanks. Leave some comments for me, please. This is my first video, so I hope you found it interesting. Maybe some similarities between mine and your language journeys. Thanks. Peace.